Logan, who are you and what are you capable of?
Isn't that a loaded question? And it's an interesting double-edged sword, right? How much of that is fed from other people's opinions about you or what's been told about you.
This is The Growth Moment with your coach, Amy Kay. Inspiration, ideas, and incredible insights for you to be more and do more. Get ready to grow today. Who are you? What are you capable of? Talk about powerful, stop you in your tracks questions. This is why I coach, to move past the surface and get to the depth of you. How can you have the freedom to pursue your purpose, passion, path, who you are, and what you're capable of? And not be limited by the stories that have been told about you or that you tell yourself. Able to live the truth of you. That's what Logan and I jump into from almost the first minute. The big stuff. Logan is in his mid-20s, up and coming in Hollywood, big dreams, and a deep love for the entertainment industry. And like so many of us, too often hindered by self-doubt, questions, and a lot of inner noise. As you will hear Logan put it, I'm the one getting in my way. That's why we all need the questions to cut through that noise, those blocks, the kind of questions that go right to your heart and soul. This episode is about being called to step up and into what you are really capable of. I want you pondering the two questions as you listen. Who are you? What are you capable of? Roll them around, opening to your deepest answers. We start as I ask Logan what he wants to walk away with.
I think I'd like to walk away with trust and some calmness in my day to day. More peace with all the external noise, and just really be focused on what's real and what's not real, and really quickly being able to have some sort of moment where I can say, hey, that's not needed, or we don't need to focus on that, because when I pull out, I know what's like real and not real, and what's reality and what's in my head, or when I'm creating things. But that comes at a bird's eye view, and when I'm in the thick of it, it's hard to pull out of those feelings. So if there's anything I can walk away with, I'd love to walk away with just like trust in what it is and what's real and what's not real.
Okay, and so trust, calm, and peace.
Yeah.
Logan, if you had those three things, trust, calm, peace in the day-to-day, what becomes possible for you? What changes?
A lot, I think. I spend so much of my time sometimes worrying and thinking about the future, or what other people are thinking about me, or
Did I say the right thing? Should I have done it differently?
yeah, exactly. And I think if there's so much liberty that comes with those three things, with calm, trust, and peace, right? And especially when we're talking about jobs or relationships or goals, it allows you to be present. And oh my God, what a gift to be present. I mean, I've been searching for that in various ways, whether it's through, vacation or experiences or whatever it is. I think I'm always searching, like, how can I be more present? Because in the times that I have reached like total present mindedness, it's like, okay, this is who I am. This is what I'm capable of. This is what I can do.
Logan, who are you and what are you capable of?
Isn't that a loaded question? And it's an interesting double-edged sword, right? How much of that is fed from other people's opinions about you, or what's been told about you. That's a tough one. I mean, I think when I think about, if I go just down a list of working, even just today, it was in a meeting, and someone on the meeting said, I love collaborating and working together with people. And like instantly in my being, I'm like, I love that too. Like, I love working with people and collaborating and being part of a team. Like, those are huge things for me. I think also just in life, like not just necessarily in work. I think like in life when I feel like I'm a part of something, I love that. I don't know if that answers your question.
Keep going. Who are you and what are you capable of?
Who am I and what am I capable of? Well, how about this? I'll break it up. What I'm capable of, I feel, is a lot. I feel like I'm capable of contributing and being a part of a lot. And yeah, I don't really know specifically like, I have my specifics on what I feel like I can do and what I'm capable of, but
And who decides, Logan, what you're capable of?
well, it's a trick question, right? Like I'm ultimately the last person who has say on what I'm capable of, right? I mean, and I feel like a lot of the things that I feel are external sometimes are internal, right? So I think I'm really in the way of what I'm capable. Like, there's no one else that's really in the way of me and what I'm capable of, or anyone for that matter. I think it's like it's about myself. Like what I think I sometimes get in the way of myself with self doubt or creating things that aren't real. Like oh you can't do that, and no other people aren't doing that, so there's no way you can do. Like that's not how that person's path went. So you're not like who gives you the idea that you're capable of that? So I think it ends with me about and how can I free myself up to be like truly capable of anything and dream of it like of anything.
I don't know if you want to share right now, but what are some of the biggest dreams that you actually do feel that you're capable of? Because I know that you have big dreams. Notice how Logan started saying he wanted three things: trust, peace, and calm in his day to day. To be able to focus on what's real and not real. In other words, to discern what's just bullshit, doubt, and noise, both internal and external. All so he can be present minded. And then the question that often unlocks what we really want: if you have whatever it is you're going for, what becomes possible for you? What changes? That's how we got to the liberty piece for Logan. The freedom to explore who am I and what am I capable of? Where do you need to be liberated? Is it the same as Logan? Liberation from all those opinions from other people, the stories that are told about you, the stories you tell about yourself, or something else? What's in your way from stepping into the truth of who you are? I ask you again, who are you? What are you capable of? And keep going. Ask yourself over and over, peeling back the layers, going deeper to explore those two questions. I want to know what is the biggest dream that is waiting right there in the heart of who you are. We go back in after I said to Logan, I know you have big dreams.
Yeah, if I were to just let the floodgates open, it's like I want to I
Well,
want to
see,
be
I'm going to own this town.
yeah, I want to own this town. I want to run this town. I want to be I want to be on the top. I want to be in charge and making decisions and have I want to make movies and TV shows. I've always dreamt of it.
You've dreamt of it since you were a little dude.
Like as long as I can remember, and I remember telling people,
I think even when you were 5 years old.
seriously, we're close to it. I'm close to it. All my peers, I feel all of us rising to the occasion. So those goal, I have friends that are getting credits. Like we're close to making TV shows and movies. And each point in your life, like new checkpoints get like, so it's like, yes, and that's by no means an obtainable goal. It's extremely hard to get TV shows and features made. Anyone in the business knows how hard it is, but also now in what everything's like, making something that's important and has an impact on people is like, that's another thing. Like, wow, that's a huge goal of mine. Like, how can I make something that impacts people the way I've had movies and TV shows impact my life?
So I am capable of that level, but I don't know if I've got this right. But if I say, who are you? I am someone who makes TV shows and movies that deeply impact people.
Yeah, and it's crazy to like say that right now because it's so not I mean, like I said, I feel close in regards to, oh, what's your 5-year plan and 10-year plan? Like, feels very obtainable, but when you say it out loud like that, it's like,
So could you say it out loud right now? Who are you,
yeah,
Logan?
yeah. Well, to reciprocate what you just said, I feel like I've had a hard time getting through it
Go
and
ahead.
not
Give it a
feeling
try.
cringeworthy and feeling like,
Go ahead.
I'm capable of making.
No, no, no. I make, you just put it present minded, present tense.
I make TV shows and movies that impact people and impact movements.
Mm.
Crazy. That's crazy. You know?
So how does it feel in your body? Like it didn't sound like it was that hard to
No,
say.
it feels great. I mean, those are the dreams. Those are the goals, right? I think you get caught up in like, yeah, just my blockade is, well, what's someone going to think about that? Like, they're going to be like, nah, that guy's not, people aren't, he's not doing that. Or where's someone? And yeah, I don't know. It feels like, yeah, a judge, you fear judgment from people. At least I do.
All right. And we talked about, and you said, I think I'm actually the one who's most in my way. I'm the one who's doubting. So it's almost like we've got, you've got two people inside you.
Yeah.
You've got the guy who just said, I make TV shows and movies, and you're like, God, that felt great. And then that other guy is like, well, I don't know. Is that right? Is that true? He kind of comes, he just comes right in.
Yeah, he pops in. Yeah.
Hmm.
I know in previous conversations too, like, we've called them gremlins or
Inner critic. Yeah.
inner critic. I
But
mean,
what do
they're
you want to call
interchangeable.
that guy right now? If he was a character in one of your shows.
Yeah, I mean, he's the antagonist to, you know, my journey. He's setting forth obstacles that you have to overcome. I mean, I don't know if there's a.
Yeah, and what's the hero's journey? Like again, if this was a movie, how do you as the writer, the producer, the director, like if you're wearing all the hats right now, how do you use that antagonist to bring out this character arc?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And if this line of questioning isn't doing anything for you, we just toss it.
Yeah, I don't know if it resonates.
How does the movie end? How does the hero get past this guy? I love when the floodgates open. Logan had such an outpouring of passion, vision, and truth. I want to make something important. I want to impact people. So many of my clients yearn to have an impact in this world. When you peel back the layers, go underneath, it's often a desire for meaning and significance, a most human desire. Impact begins by claiming who you are and then articulating and claiming your purpose. Moving from who am I to I am someone who you get to fill in the blank. It is about saying it out loud, claiming who you are at your core, even if you aren't all the way there yet. That moment with Logan saying, I make movies and TV shows that impact people and movements. It's owning the seed within, the potential. You might still be in the process of becoming the full version of who you are, but you get to claim it regardless. The seed saying, I am a tree. What is your claim? Will you say it out loud? Oh, there is enormous power in the claim. It does feel great. And it's a surefire way to bring the inner critic, gremlin, saboteur, antagonist front and center. Like with Logan, he says that his block is, what is someone going to think about that? The self doubt rushes in, judgment, worry. How about you? Is your inner critic or antagonist already showing up? The biggest trick of all is seeing how the antagonist is part of your story and journey, turning the block into leverage. That's where we pick up after I ask Logan, how does the hero get past this guy?
I mean, I think he triumphs. He overcomes the obstacles. He gets through the tests. He's tested and proves to himself that he's, worthy of a place in line, worthy of victory. I think, tests like I love being tested. I love obstacles. I love, whether they're logistical or creative, because that's where you find out, like, essentially, like, what you're capable of.
What you're capable of.
Yeah. So, it's like, well, you can say in the same breath, like, okay, I make, TV shows and film that impact people, but there's so many, like, before I get there, there's so many obstacles and tests to go through. And, I look forward to finding out who I am in that, in the pursuit of that end goal, right? If the end of the film is making, it's like triumphing and making those shows and movies, I look forward to that journey, that arc of my character and figuring out.
So, how does that change things? Looking at this now from the perspective of, oh my God, I'm just so beaten up by this self doubt character. It feels so hard. Instead, this flip into, God, I'm really excited about those tasks. I'm really excited to see who I am in the face of these obstacles. What does that do for you, if anything?
Yeah, no, I mean, it excites me. I love challenges. I welcome them. I mean, I'm excited. That gets me kind of fired up to go through that obstacle course.
So then that makes me super curious of tomorrow when the self doubt comes in, shows up in the scene.
Yeah.
What does the hero do differently than he's been doing in the first part, the first act of the movie? Because he can't just keep doing the same shit. It's not interesting.
Right. I mean, no. The hero would learn from, a progression, an arc of a character. Obviously, if something happened to a character early on in the film, failure breeds progression. So, not to say, or to say, like, I welcome failure. I mean, I've said it in the past. I mean, failure is a scary thing to deal with, but, like, it's like, where have I learned? Where have I failed? What's the progression here? And I think that's how you get through that scene, that moment. But again, it's much, and we're looking at it from like, in my mind right now, we've pulled out and we're, like, looking at a story and we're at a movie. And like I said at the top, it's much easier to acknowledge those things. But when you're in the minutia of every day.
So the character, in order to progress, he would have to learn how to pull out really well, like that becomes, if it makes me think of superhero movies, of, oh, at first he's trying to learn how to fly and he can't fly. And then now he's flying and just the changes that take place. So I am hearing that becomes one of your superpowers is you get really good at zooming out, pulling out.
I mean, when you say that, I'm like, God, I'd love to do that. If I could zoom
Press
out.
a button.
Oh man, if I could just, like, almost like in Spider-Man when Doctor Strange pushes Tom Holland out and he's, like, out of body, and then he's like, especially in the new one, he's like, oh, I'm coming back to my body. Like, I just pulled out, but I'm coming back. Like, if I had the superpower, literally the superpower that he does to, like, pull out, that'd be, I mean, amazing.
Okay, babe, how do you get that? So if we are at the moment saying this is the next step, pulling out, pulling back, big picture superpower, if somebody came to you saying, I need that skill within 2 weeks, what would you tell them to do? They had to develop it.
I'm going to be brutally honest with you, and I don't know if I have. Like, I don't know if I could tell you because I don't know if I've really mastered it.
No, you haven't. That's the point. How would you learn how to master it? Going back to first Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Remember the long montage of
Yes.
him failing, failing, failing. What was he doing in all of that montage scenes?
Just like getting, like, repetition, just getting
practicing.
Yeah, practice. Yeah.
So Logan, you're not going to get that superpower.
Unless I practice.
It's not a superpower. It's actually, it's more Steph Curry.
Yeah, putting the work in.
Putting the work in.
Yeah.
Exactly. So how much work have you put in to date on learning how to pull back and making that muscle memory, making that a habit, making it?
Not enough. Not enough. I feel like
10% to try,
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You don't have to give me a measure, but I'm just curious if we're being real.
It's around there. I'd say, yeah, if we're being real, it's like 15, 20%.
Are you capable of more than that?
Yeah, 100%.
You don't get to witness the end of Logan's character arc. We're stopping at the place where the hero commits, dedicates himself to practicing and developing the skill that will help him meet his destiny, live his fullest potential. In Logan's case, it's the skill or ability to pull back, get out of the minutia and self-doubt so he can see the bigger picture. This is what Logan feels will enable him to triumph over the antagonist. He said that he's 100% capable of putting in the work to make the journey. Indeed, Logan has gone on to do just that with daily pullback practice, seeking out some masters to emulate, and check-ins with his coach on his progress. I want you to remember the shift from lamenting the obstacles to loving the obstacles as part of your journey. A chance to see who you are in the face of those blocks and trials. It's all there for you, a way to discover what you're capable of. And that perspective, that failure breeds progression. Incredible insights. Now, if you choose to triumph over your obstacles, what is the skill or ability that you need to develop? Where are you in your character arc? What happens next in your story? Bottom line, I challenge you to explore who you are, what you are capable of, stake your claim out loud, and commit to the journey. I want to hear your claim to help you on your arc, find the skills you most need. What could be more important? Absolutely connect with me for your own growth moment, one-on-one private coaching, or join one of my coaching groups or workshops. thegrowthmoment.com has the latest and greatest, or subscribe, follow on your favorite podcast app. Now, get out there and grow today.